Hello, myself Dr. Kalyani, working as Associate Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering of Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. In this video, I will discuss about types of software testing. The topic learning outcome is mapped to the course outcomes of CO5 and CO6, that is, explain various testing approaches and automation tools, and explain the importance of software maintenance and re-engineering process. In this video, I will discuss what the taxonomy of software testing, how these variety of testing methods are applied to the STLC, and various levels of software testing like unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and acceptance testing. What is software testing? Software testing is a process of analyzing an application functionality as per the customer prerequisite. The requirements that are documented in the SRS according to the developed software is functioning or not. That verification process is called software testing. Software testing ensures that software is bug-free or stable. So the deviation of the software requirement are generally considered as bugs. So those bugs can be easily identified with the help of software testing process. The types of software testing are majorly two categories of software testing. One is manual testing, second one is automation testing. In the manual testing, again further divided into three types: white box testing, black box testing, and grey box testing. The black box testing majorly focus on the functional testing as well as non-functional testing. Functional testing is again classified into unit testing, integration testing, and system testing. In case of integration testing, the methods that are available are incremental testing, and it can be top-down or bottom-up integration method. One more variant of integration testing is non-incremental testing. In case of non-functional testing of black box testing, the performance testing, usability testing, and compatibility testing are the three types. Under performance testing, load testing, stress testing, scalability testing, and stability testing are the varieties of testing that are available under performance testing. So in this video, we will discuss briefly about all these types of software testing techniques. What is manual testing? Testing of the software or an application according to the client need or requirement without using any automation tool. So, without the need of automation tool, the client requirement is satisfied with the developed software. Verification can be performed in case of manual testing. So, it is a process of verification and validation of the customer requirements and the functionality of the application. Manual testing is used to verify the behavior of the application or software according to the specified requirements. Testers do not require any precise knowledge of any testing tool to execute the test cases. So, without the automation tool, the software testing process is carried out in case of manual testing. The manual testing is further categorized into three types. One is white box testing, second one black box testing, Third one, grey box testing. The white box testing is majorly focused on the program structure must be considered and whether the path and conditional statement, branching statements in the programming structure are bug-free or not is checked with the help of white box testing. White box testing is a software testing method in which internal structure and implementation of the software must be considered and tested on the basis of designing the test cases. So it involves the testing of the software or the code level and requires deep understanding of the code and the design of the software. So the structure of the program plays the major important role and it is served as the basis for the white box testing. It is also known as glass box testing, transparent testing, and clear box structural testing. So in case of white box testing, the application code is considered in that maximum code coverage verification can be performed by performing independent path testing, conditional testing, loop testing, and case statement testing. So the test case can be given as input for this with the help of unit testing and the modules independently tested modules are integrated to perform the integration testing and the system or the application as a whole are tested with the test case output at the level of system testing. So the entry and exit requirement for the white box testing is intra-company security gaps, the parts of the code processes are broken down and the organized parts of the program structure and particular input sent through the code, the expected results, conditionals, loop capabilities, independent testing of each statement is carried out in case of the white box testing. The other variant of the manual testing process is the black box testing. Here the functionality of the software is verified. The black box testing is the software testing method where the tester evaluates the functionality of the application. So it is not focused mainly on the internal code structure or algorithms or implementation details. So instead, the tester interact with the software with the exposed APIs and treating the program structure or internal working of the program as the black box. So the focus lies on examining software's external behavior, input-output, responses to different user actions and system integrations are verified in case of black box testing. So here the program structure is considered as the black box to which the required input is supplied and the expected output must be observed. There are two types of black box testing. One is functional testing, second one is non-functional testing. Functional testing is again categorized into unit testing, integration testing, and system testing. Unit are the small component of the project which we cannot further divide it into. So, unit testing performed by the developers who write script to test if individual components or units of an application match the customer requirements. So usually this involves writing the test that call the methods in each unit and validate them and whether properly written the written values according to the requirements. Test cases exist to cover line coverage, code path coverage and method coverage in case of unit testing. After these units are independently verified, they are integrated and perform the integration testing. So integration testing is a type of software testing to assess how multiple parts of an application work together as a whole. So during this integration, the interfaces between the units and the data sharing problems that occur in the integration of the independent unit may come into picture in case of integration testing. So it's performed after unit testing and before the system testing. So here the individual units, module A, module B, module C, they are tested with the help of unit testing. Then they are integrated and with as a whole they can perform the integration testing. The integration testing majorly uncovers the defects in the inconsistent code logic, shifting the requirements, enormous data, third-party APIs, inadequate exception handling, and external hardware interfaces. And integration testing is further divided into incremental integration testing, non-incremental integration testing. In case of incremental integration testing, it is more divided into top-down integration, bottom-up integration approach. In case of incremental integration testing, modules are added in ascending order one after another according to the need. So the selected modules must be logically related and two or more modules are added and tested to determine the correctness of the functions. So in this type of testing, there is a strong relationship between the dependent modules. So the modules under integration testing are strongly logically correlated. So this process continues until the successful testing of all the modules. So here the example of integration testing is placing an order with the Flipkart e-commerce website. So the modules can be added in an incremental fashion or ascending order to test the functionality. So in the Flipkart, the user can log in, the login module. Next, the home page has to be appeared. There, the user performs the search of desired product and the selected product is added to the ad cart and the payment must be performed by the user and log out. So incrementally the activities or modules are integrated according to the need and verifying the functionality of the system. So two varieties of incremental integration approach. One is top-down integration testing. In the top-down testing strategy, the processes with higher level modules are tested with lower level modules until the successful completion of the all modules. So major design flaws can be detected and fixed early because the critical modules tested the first. So in this type of method, modules are added incrementally one by one and check the data flow in the same order. Consider an example. Here in the top-down integration method, during the step 1, this set of modules must be first checked. Module 11, first module 9, module 10. After this, the low-level modules must be added in the second stage, the M9 and M10, and those are added and the functionality can be checked. Next stage, M8, module 8 is added to this integrated component and verifies the bugs. Next level, the next low-level components must be considered, M6 and M7, and the integrated components has to be checked. So like this, the high-level modules has to be tested against the low-level modules. Another variant of incremental integration approach is bottom-up integration testing. In the bottom-up integration approach, starts the testing with the lowest units and gradually moving one by one upwards. Here testing takes place from the bottom of the control flow to the upwards. So again it's possible that the higher level modules might not have been developed by the time lower modules are tested. So the stubs and drivers are required in case of integration testing to replace the missed module functionality. So consider the example in the bottom of integration testing. In the stage 1, the low level components are first checked. So the low level M1, M2, M3, M4, M5, M6, M7 units are tested and they are integrated with the M8 and the moving the integration from bottom to top. So the low level modules are considered first and are integrated with the top level, and this can be integrated with the next highest level. Like that, the control flow testing flow must be carried out in case of bottom up integration testing. The combination of both top level and bottom up approaches is generally considered as sandwich integration testing. So here the system can be viewed as 3 layers. The main target layer in the middle, another layer above the target layer, and the last layer is below the target layer. So the top-down approach used on the layer from the top to the middle layer, and bottom-up approach is used on the layer from the bottom to the middle. Big Bang approach is used for the modules in the middle. So here consider this example. The target layer is this. On the above of this target layer, the integration testing is carried out with the help of top-down approach, and below of the target layer, the bottom-up approach is used for the integration. So both are combined here. So that's why the name implies the sandwich integration testing. Non-incremental integration testing, where the data flow is very complex and it is difficult to determine which is the parent, which is the child in the flow of process. In such cases, create the data in any module bank and all other existing modules can check if the data is present. Hence, it is also known as Big Bang method. So, consider this control flow where we cannot identify which module is the parent module, which module is the child module. That's why the Big Bang approach must has to apply on the variety of testing method. Based on that module, the other module testing can be carried out. So in case of Big Bang approach, in the software testing strategy that involves waiting until all the parts of the software system are completed before starting to test it. So this approach is typically used when the individual components of the system are not able to test separately. So here consider in this example, so the modules that are involved in this system are completely developed, then only the testing of this system can be carried out. And it is a feasible solution to test the separate due to the time or resource constraint, and the entire system can be tested after completion of all parts of the software in Big Bang integration testing. So in the Big Bang integration, majorly the defects that are related to the global variables that are shared between variety of modules and poorly documented interfaces and weak encapsulation methods and different error handling assumptions can uncover the defects in case of Big Bang integration testing. The next level of testing is the system testing. System testing is also known as end-to-end testing. So here the testing can be carried out to verify that a system works as intended. It performs on the complete software system after integration testing before the acceptance testing. So entire system, all the units are integrated, and where the inputs, required input for the project, as well as according to the requirement, the events must be performed and verify against its functionality. The system testing is uncover the defects in the misuse of system resources, unexpected combination of user level data, incompatibility with the environment, unexpected use cases, missing or incorrect functionality, and the inconvenience use of APIs is clearly identified in case of system testing. Apart from functional testing, one more variety in the black box testing is non-functional testing. So here in the non-functional testing, evaluates the aspects of the software that are not related to the specific functions. So include the test for the additional features of the software in case of non-functional testing, which includes the performance, the usability, security, scalability, reliability, and other quality attributes are majorly evaluated in case of non-functional testing. So the types of non-functional testing are performance testing, usability testing, and the compatibility testing. The performance testing is a software quality assurance practice that measures how well an application performs under specific workload. So its key step in the validation process before releasing an application to ensure it meets real world user requirement. So the real world workload, specific workload, is smoothly carried out by the application that must be tested in case of performance testing. So majorly, the performance attributes are space complexity and time complexity, the response times of the browsers, pages, and network response time, as well as server request processing times, error rates are detected with the help of performance testing. The types of performance testing are load testing, stress testing, scalability testing, and stability testing. The load testing is one type of performance testing which measures how the software program or web application behaves under expected and peak usage conditions. So, during peak load conditions, the software behavior can be examined with the help of load testing. It is used to identify issues, that is like slow page load times, system lag, and crashes to ensure the application in the realistic load scenarios with the help of load testing. Variety of automation tools are available to conduct the load testing. One of the popular automation tools to perform the load testing is the load runner. Another variety of performance testing is stress testing. It is used to analyze the user friendliness and robustness of the software beyond the common functional limits. So primarily the stress testing is used for critical softwares, but it can also be used for all types of software applications. More real-time operating systems are generally used to perform the stress testing. The critical softwares like healthcare systems and space maintenance systems, those generally used for stress testing. Stability testing. Stability testing is a type of performance testing that assesses how a software application scales up and down in response to varying loads. So load balancing is major focus in the software application. Scalability testing plays the important role. Generally, in the cloud applications, big data applications, this scalability testing is crucial. So here it is important where the applications that experience fluctuating user activity levels such as social media platforms and cloud services are majorly focused with the scalability testing. Another variety is the stability testing, which is a procedure where tester evaluates application's performance by applying load for a precise time. So continuously the peak load must be submitted to the application and its performance can be verified against its functionality. Mainly checks the constancy problems of the application and the efficiency of the developed product. In this type of testing, tester can rapidly find the system defects even in a stressful situation. Usability testing. Usability testing assesses the software user friendliness, how easily the user can interact with the software application. The API testing is majorly concentrated in case of usability testing. So here tester evaluates the factors like navigation, visual appeal, as well as ease of learning and overall user experience can be concentrated. Usability testing is a type of user research that evaluates the user experience when interacting with the website or application. So the user experience in order to interact with the behavior of the system is verified in case of usability testing. Another variety of the testing is the compatibility testing. In this, the tester can evaluate how well the software platforms across different environments such as the browsers and variety of operating system, the devices and network configurations is carried out. The better way to analyze the application behavior when the placed in the varied environments. So robust compatibility testing highlights workability and security features to enhance application performance. So here in the case of compatibility testing, the hardware compatibility as well as the software compatibility both can be checked in case of compatibility testing. In case of software compatibility testing, the application is tested against various operating systems like Vista, Win7, Win8, Unix, Ubuntu, Linux, various operating systems. How the operating behavior must be noted in case of software compatibility testing. Not only that, variety of browser experiences can also be verified like Google Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer, etc. Not only that, variety of hardware environments against the application must be tested like variety of RAM chips, hard disk, processors. So in this way, the compatibility testing can be used to test different browsers as well as different operating systems and hardware components. After white box black box testing, in the manual testing category, one more testing, that is the gray box testing. So it is a combination of black box testing as well as white box testing. In the white box testing, full knowledge of code or program structure is considered. So tester is having knowledge of internal functionality of the code in case of white box testing. But in case of black box testing, zero knowledge of the code, majorly focus on the functionality of the application. So tester having no knowledge of internal functionality. These both are combined to form the gray box testing. So here the tester have limited access to the software's internal working. including the design document, data structures, and architectures. Apart from manual testing, another variant of software testing is the automation testing. The automation testing uses specific tools to automate manual design test cases without any human interface. Automation testing is the best way to enhance the efficiency, productivity, and coverage of the software testing. It is used to rerun the test scenario which were executed manually, quickly, and repeatedly. Variety of automation tools must be available in the market. Here, the test scripts must has to be executed repeatedly in case of automation testing in order to identify the bugs in the software. Variety of automation tools are available like Selenium, WinRunner, QTP, LoadRunner, etc. So in this video, I briefly discuss about variety of testing strategies that are applied to various levels of software testing like unit testing, integration testing, and system testing. And the references used in this video are this. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.